Out there. My name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Crystal H Technology projection screens using smart technology gain. Now, the last couple of days we've been doing actually not updates, but some demonstrations on our new roll-on form of Crystal H Technology screen paint. We had it before, and it still is, and a blackout cloth, which is a pre-treated surface. We have it in a spray form. Those of you that are handy with a paint sprayer, just to let you know, that kit does come with a free Wagner paint sprayer. And then we have the roll-on kit for those of you who just want to use a everyday simple paint roller. In the demonstration, I show you exactly how easy it is to actually turn any surface into a high-performance, high-gain projection screen. As you've seen a lot of my demonstrations, I do not do my demonstrations in dark environments. I tell a lot of people this is not good if you're watching a video. A majority of the video is in a dark environment due to the fact it shows that the screen cannot handle ambient light. It only looks good when the lights are out. A lot of my customers have condensed lighting. Some have very well lit environments. And if you don't test your product, if your product is used to a certain or light controlled environment, when it gets out of that environment, when it's taken to an entire new environment, the screen will absolutely fail. Now, one of the problems that a lot of my customers have is window light. Now, really quick before we go on with this, another thing I forgot I got to add in there. This right here, as you know, is the Silver Diamond Crystal Edge Vision projection screen. Now they're going to be coming in two forms. They're going to be coming in the 116 by 9 will be available in a fixed aluminum projection screen, which means you can take it out of the box. It has a frame, the roll-on screen, the whole 9 yards. And then we're going to come out with a 120-inch jet black housing motorized projection screen, fully remote control. Now mind you, this is not a tension frame, still it is a beautiful screen, especially when it's actually fused with this particular chemical altogether. So those two screens will be available. Now there is word we will be doing a jet black version of the Silver Diamond. That is definitely going to happen. So I'm still working out with the few of the other chemists on trying to get a better, because this is the first of its kind. We're going to figure out how we can change and alter the chemical to make it darker, so that way we can have that jet black scene. So that's something else we're all working on. We think that's going to look really amazing on our jet black or our jet black 16 by 9 aluminum frame projection screen, and that 120-inch jet black housing motorized projection screen. It's going to look really nice. All right, so we're going to do this demonstration really quick. We're going to show off the gain capability of our screen. I'm going to make sure my spotlight is up there really good. Now, we have a 500 watt light here. We have our lights here without the shades, because one of the things I don't understand is when people do demonstrations, they go, look, my screen looks amazing, look at the colors, look how they pop. Well, see, there's a thing called gain. Gain is very important. Gain basically shows how bright your screen is, how much light your screen can take. A lot of people do not have their screens in dark environments. They don't. Now, they may watch movies here and there in dark environments, but they don't have it in a dark environment due to the fact that they use their projectors 24/7. Projectors now are replacing TVs. I lie to you not. A 4K TV at least 85 inches would cost you, and if it's a Sony, a brand name, of almost $10,000, $9,000, $8,000. Today now you can get a JVC 4K projector that's 3D and has an image of 300 inches for about $5,000, $4,000 to $5,000. So more and more people now are leaning toward projectors and bigger screens. They want that really true home theater effect. You're not going to get that from a 90 or 80 inch TV, or not even from a 60 or 50 inch TV. So a lot of people are leaning toward projectors, and they want to be able to use their projectors in fully lit environments now. So the whole dark scenery of doing demonstrations in a really dark environment, it just doesn't work. All right. So like I said, one of the things people are plagued with when it comes to these screens is window light. So we're going to open up that window really wide. I'm going to show you the projector we got, because a lot of people think you need a high power projector to do it. As usual, this is my NEC VT595 projector, 2000 lumens, 600 by 800 res. It's about 720p, and it is about 160 to 90 bucks. All right, so we're going to do the demonstration really quick. We're going to open up the blinds, so I want plenty of lighting here. Thank goodness I got a nice bright day. I like to have a nice bright day. See how much light's coming in. So you see all the objects on the other end. You see how much light I have cascaded on the screen. It's a lot of light, and this is something that a lot of people are plagued by when it comes to projection screen setups. You know, people call me every day. I deal with customers, and the first thing they say is, hey, I got a lot of windows in my environment. Will the screen work? And this is your answer. Now the screen is using something called Smart Technology Gain Time 3. It's a little bit more stronger than the Crystal Edge technology screen. Now mind you, this is the white wall. Those of you that are using a white wall and you think your white wall is doing its job, or your 1.1 white projection screen, and look at that. And we got a 500 watt bar light taped in the middle of the screen. Now if this screen looks this amazing, mind you, with this much light now on the screen, can you imagine how incredible this screen is going to look with all the lights out? Look up close. You have direct window light now on the screen. Look at the contrast. And that's another thing too. When you don't do these demonstrations with the lights on, what happens is when it comes to contrast levels on your screen becomes washed out. People are like, wow, the screen looks amazing. Yeah, because you have the lights out 24/7. I'm going to tell you something personally, let me tell you something. There is no way in the world I would have gotten that giant screen over there if my wife knew that that room had to be dark 24/7. It wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have got it. And that's something you have to understand. A lot of people have this in their family settings, so you don't want the living room dark 24/7. Look, we're doing it with window light coming in. We have two lights side by side. These are 100 watt lights, no shades. And look at this. 500 watt bar light. We're about maybe 10 feet away from the screen on a 2000 lumen projector. Now mind you, a projector has to cut through all that light and still hit the screen and still be able to reflect a beautiful picture. Let's look at this up close. This is a huge difference. Now look at this right here real quick. That is the Seymour AV sample sheets right there. We'll do that another demonstration on another time on that. Mind, this is window light cascading right directly on the screen. We don't have it bypassing the screen. We don't have the window on the opposite side of the room. This is direct light. Now those sheets over there, those are Seymour AV. Look at that, compared to the white wall. Look at our environment, plenty of light. So you have to test your product. See, someone can take my screen, they can put it in a shopping mall. They can take my screen, they can put it in a sports bar. They can take my screen, they can take it outside. They can put it in almost any form of environment and the screen is going to look amazing. This is what I'm talking about, doing a proper demonstration. If you're looking at a screen and the majority of that video is done in a dark environment, man, I'm telling you, it really does not test the performance of the screen. I love it when they do the tricks where they have the window will be right over here and like say over here and the light's gonna be passing by, or they open up the door and there's no light actually literally hitting the screen. It's bypassing it. Remember, when light travels, you know, it only bends because basically you can manipulate it to bend. But if it's passing through one way, it's gonna pass through that way, and that's basically about it. You've got to understand the physics behind light. Alright guys, I'm Kenneth Bird from Crystal Edge Technology Projection Screens using Smart Technology Gain. I'd like to thank you all for watching. You know what, really quick, I'm going to go back here a minute on this. Ooh, man, a lot of stuff dropped behind me. I want to go over to a particular point in the video really quick. Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be blocking my projector really quick. Put that up there. I want to show off this piece right here. Alright, so this is what I want you to see. Now, this right here is a sample sheet from Seymour AV. This is the MB, and this over here is the AV1.2 we have. And I want to come over here. Sorry about my messy, junky environment, guys. I just got up. I get a chance to do any cleaning in the house. I'm going to go back a minute here. There we go. That's the spot I want right there. All right, so remove this really quick. This is what I want to show you. Now, this is Seymour AV against the wall, and there's our screen right there. See how much darker the Seymour AV is to our screen? This is literally how bright our screens are. Right? You gotta be to prove all this. When you're doing your demonstrations, you have to be to prove it all. Alright. Now we're gonna come over here. Look at this real closely. There is the Seymour AV. Right there, and there's our screen. This is how bright our screens are compared to a Seymour AV. And for those of you thinking, oh, that's not Seymour AV, there you go. There it is right there, Seymour AV. There's my sample sheet right there. Let me just show you exactly how advanced our screens are. Look at that. Now, I'll take the blinds down. That camera to focus a little better. Come on, baby. Camera's acting up a little bit over here. Come on. There we go. So that's my screen right here without window light. Now, without window light, everyday lighting, well, you wouldn't have that much light in your screen. But look at this. This is how my screen looks without the window light hitting the screen. This is normal light for us. And so when I see people doing demonstrations in really dark environments, this is normal light. 200 watt lights side by side. Pause that for a minute. There we go. That right there is the Seymour AV right there. That's the AV 1.2 right there. And there's our screen. Fully lit environment. And this is just easy ambient light for us. Easy. Now, some people, in order to achieve this kind of picture quality, they would have to have the screen in a dark environment. It's the only way that they can do it. Okay, guys, well, I'm Kenneth Bird from Crystal Edge Technology Projection Screens. You know what? I just thought about something really quick. I'm going to cover this up because I don't want to walk in front of the camera really quick. Come over here really quick. Sorry if the camera's bouncing all over the place, guys. I'm going to pause it right there. I'm going to grab my sample sheet. I'm going to put this right here in the middle. This is a bit of a long demonstration. I wasn't expecting it to be this long, but wait, this is the MS. I don't want the MS. I want the, trying to figure where my more superior sample sheet is at. I want the whatchamacallit. Let me see if I put it up. Knowing me, I didn't put it up. Oh, yeah, I did put it up. Oh, yeah, I did put it up. Straight over here. Whoops. Having some technical difficulties, guys, over here. It happens in my environment quite a bit. So my bar light has fallen off my screen, but that makes no difference. We're going to do this one on the AV 1.3, and we still have plenty of light in here, so we have tons of light in here. And I'll throw the window light on too, just for fun. So we're going to keep the window light on so you can see how much light the screen's hitting. And we're going to do this demonstration really quick because my time's running out on my battery. All right. See? There we go. Now, right here, we're going to get this going a little better. There is the AV1, and there's our screen right there, AV1.3. Sorry about the camera bouncing all over the place. It's hard to hold the camera. I got to get a tripod for this thing. And there's my Windows Update bugging the crap out of me. So there's the AV1.3 against our screen. Let me get that update off the screen. Sorry about this, guys. It's the crap that I go through on a day-to-day basis. You wouldn't believe the nonsense that I go through. This is all the stuff that you got to go through when you're doing recordings. You're going to have all kinds of crap that pop up. I don't do any editing on my demonstrations. What you see is what you get. Now you see how the AV1 looks tan on our screen? This is what I explained to you. Any screen that's basically a lighter, a darker color than a white piece of paper will automatically turn gray against our screen because our screen is literally that bright. It turns a white sheet of paper gray. Now, even with the window light hitting the screen, our contrast level is 10 times better than the AV1.3. This is the Seymour AV. The skin tone. Like I said, if you're going to do a demonstration, you're going to show what your screen can do, you have to prove it. Now, a lot of people say, hey, spending this kind of money for a screen is expensive, but you have to understand, this is a $4,000 screen. Next, I have Supernova coming, and I have some very other expensive screens. Now, I got customers that will gladly pay $996 for our screen due to the fact that they don't have to spend $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 for a projection screen because we can show what our screens can do. All right, so I'm going to take the window light out. See, there's the Seymour AV, and there's our screen. There's their contrast version, and that's how bright our screen is to a Seymour AV. Now, mind you, still we have a light in the environment. We still have two lights hitting the screen at the same time, and the overhead light, and the screen still looks amazing. So this is why my customers spend the money for my product, because they know they can take my product, they can put it in their well-lit environment, and the screen is going to look amazing, even on a cheap projector. Well, I'm Kenneth Berg from Crystal H Technology Projection Screens using smart technology gain. Thank you all for watching.